Governor, you didn't talk about this controversy over this group that's dubbed itself Skunk Works in your presentation today. Why not? And what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, well, again, I don't view it as a controversy necessarily because as a practical matter, it's not an official project that I have going, and the way I view it as is, you always want to be careful on something like this because do you want to discourage people from coming up with ideas that sort of get together on their own and say they want to talk about something, they want to come up with an idea, and they want to throw it out there and see what happens. Usually what happens is when people come up with ideas, they don't go very far. But you never know, and it's part of the innovation process. So the way I view it is I haven't spent a lot of time on it. I'm not even aware of all the details of what they were talking about in their own time to work on. But if they were trying to be creative and come up with ideas, I don't want to tell them they shouldn't do that. Again, it's not an official function of the government.
It's not, but members of your administration are participating in the project. Why?
Well, I guess the way I'd look at it, Rick, in your organization, do you ever have people get together to try to come up with new ideas on their own? And would you tell them they shouldn't do that? But that's part of, isn't that part of being creative? Again, that's most of the time, if it's going to move forward in some fashion, that becomes an official concept. And then it should go through all the normal steps and review and stuff like that. But as a practical matter, if people want to get together and their choice of names wasn't a good choice, and I don't know how often they met or how they handled it, but as a practical matter, I don't want to be in a position of saying people shouldn't bring me ideas. I always encourage people to bring me ideas and be thoughtful. They just need to understand that's not official state business or an official state position.
Well, were these people who work for you freelancing, or did you ask them to be in the room to be part of this?
I didn't ask them to be in the room to be part of it. I understand at some point, from what I've heard from secondhand accounts, is that if they had something they finally thought was really exciting, they might want to talk to me about it. So I haven't been part of this process at all, but again, that's where, if you think about any organization you're part of, do you want to say people in your team shouldn't get together to talk about and brainstorm ideas on their own and come up with concepts? So that's why I don't view this as a big controversy. I don't view this as something that we've done anything controversial. We haven't done anything in the state government on this time.
But the DTMB employees are sending messages with regular business hours.
Well, again, there's a question of that in terms of some email, but in terms of the whole concept of what they're saying to say it's a big official state policy, that's not accurate at all.
Should they be using their private email address?
Yeah, they should have been using their private email. It was private work, and we'll follow up on that.